Hello, Glenn. Welcome. Jersey. How is it going, everybody? To welcome everybody out tonight. Hope everyone's having a good day and all that jazz. This has been like a really, really busy, hectic day. So if I'm out of it, so be it. Yeah, so tonight I thought we'd take a look at another pretty easy song to play. Acoustic song, just uses a bunch of chords you probably already know. Anyway, it's the song we're going to look at is Runaway Train by Soul Asylum. So I know a lot of people that are in like my age group and stuff kind of frown upon the 90s. But there was actually a lot of cool stuff that came out in the 90s. Hello, Rick. How is it going, my man? So as usual, there is a link in the description where you can download the tabs for this. So if everybody wants to go ahead and download those, we can get started. Hello, Crit. And if you are digging what I do in these live streams, comment, all that good stuff. Oh, hello, Oscar. Long time no see. All right, yeah, so like I said, there is a link in the description so you can download the tabs so we can follow along. And let's get started. So, like I said, it's just for the most part, just chords that you probably already know how to play. There's one chord in here that you may not have done yet, but not a huge deal. All right, but we start off with just a good old C chord. Oh, that's right, Oscar. I forgot that you're there in Florida. So how's that going? Did you get a lot of damage and stuff at your place? I knew you were doing a lot of like construction outside. All right, so with this rhythmically, I've done what I've done in a lot of other ones where I've somewhat kind of simplified it and then made it so you can play if you're just playing the song by yourself, that that it'll carry everything. So the simplest strumming that you can do for this is how I've got it marked on here. Well, and actually that's not true. You could do it simpler than this, but this is like a simple way that still really carries the song. So what we're going to do is we're going to strum a quarter note. So like on our first beat, 1, and then on beat 2, it's going to be 2/8 notes. So 2 and then 3 is a quarter note, and then 4 and. So if you think about it as like down, down, up, down, down, up, down. That. Now, like on this intro, when there's no vocals, that's a little boring, a little stagnant. So you could kind of, same kind, just you still want everything, to be, in time at the right tempo and everything, but you just want So it'd be like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and. Oh crap, you have that much damage that you're having to start over? Man, I am really sorry to hear that, Oscar. That sucks. Oh, Paul, welcome. So that intro is 4 measures long, and then we're going to go right into the verse. So in going to the verse, we're still on C, so we can just do the more basic strum, the 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to have 2 measures of each chord on this verse. So you start off with that C. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So what's nice about this is that now we're going to end on an upstroke. And we're going to change chords, and then we just immediately start the strum pattern over again on the next chord that we go to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to E minor. Now again, you feel free to to liven up that strumming pattern more, but if you're a beginner, it should be fairly easy to be able to catch on, to get it with this strumming like this. So a couple of little pointers. When you make this change from C to E minor, so E minor, like originally the way I was taught how to play it was with my second and third finger, and then sometimes I'll use my first and second finger. It just kind of depends on what the chord change is. So here you might think, okay, I'm going from C to E minor, so my middle finger is already on the second fret of the D string. So all I have to do is just bring my first finger in like this. Well, the problem is the next chord is A minor, so that makes for like kind of a bigger transition. So I personally feel that it's better to go from the C to the E minor like this with your second and third finger. So that way, when you transition to the next chord, which is A minor, all you have to do is just move up a set of strings and drop your first finger on, and then to a G. So unfortunately, there is no pivot we can do to go to G. So that if you're a beginner, then you'll probably have to maybe practice doing that transition between A minor and G just to make it a little smoother, a little easier. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, so we got that C. Then E minor, A minor, G, and then that repeats back to C again. E minor, A minor. Okay, so then that's where it's going to transition into the bridge part of the song. But before we move on to that, first of all, does anybody have any questions about what we've talked about thus far? While anybody's got getting a question put in there if you have one. Let's just kind of look at what we can do with this strum. So that's 2 measures long right there. And that's a little bit more, of an interesting strumming pattern. That's pretty much the way I would play it if I was performing it. So you can, be the A minor. So you can kind of change that up, just whatever your comfort level is. And I'd encourage you to like try to to go on with that. Try to make it more a little fancier, for lack of a better word, just because it kind of it'll make everything sound fuller, and just have like a better dynamic all the way around. Yeah, Paul, it is. It is a nice version. I really liked this song. I thought this band was really good. When trying to think of what their first single was. It wasn't this song. I'm waiting. Can't remember the name of it, but it was like a heavier song. It was really good. I went out and bought the album and really liked it. And then I don't even know whatever happened to them. I know they did at least one more record after the first one, Grave Dancers Union. But it's a really good record. I really like it. Yeah, you've never heard it, I recommend checking it out. All right, so after we go through that verse, it repeats. Then we're going to go on to section C. So this is now page 2. So the very first chord we've got here is F over C. So when it says F/C, so what that means, that's what they call a slash chord. And what that means more or less is that the first letter is telling you what chord you're going to be playing. And then the second letter, the one after the slash, is telling you what your bass note is going to be. So you probably learned F like this. So third fret of the D string, second fret of the G string, and then the first fret of the B and the high E string. So that's F. Now F over C, we're just going to take our ring finger and we're going to move it from the third fret of the D string to the third fret of the A string, and then take our pinky and put it onto the third fret of the D string. Now, if you wanted, you could just do the full-on bar chord like this, but I think it's easier to play it this way, but that's just my personal preference. So when we come here, it's the same strum. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. But now we're only going to be playing each chord for one measure. So we've got one measure of the F over C, to G, C, A minor, back to F over C, E minor, G. Okay, so this strumming part here on this G is a little bit different. It's 2 measures, and the first measure is the 1, 2, and 3, 4, and that and of 4 is tied to the downbeat of 1 on the next measure. So you're going to have 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Hold on again. Let me try that again. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So it's kind of weird. It just you kind of on that you're strumming on the and of 1, and then it's a quarter note. So it's the and of 1 plus the downbeat of 2, and then you've got for the and of 2, and then downbeat of 3, and a 3, downbeat of 4, and a 4. So you have 5 eighth notes there at the end, and that's kind of the build up to get into the chorus. You got and then it would go into the chorus from there. So again, with this, feel free to like expand on that strumming. Now, for anybody out there that that maybe, maybe you just started playing guitar yesterday and you're not quite ready for that stuff with strumming like that. So you could still practice it, you can still play it, but you just might have to make the strumming a little simpler. So one thing is you could just, like quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I know that's not really exciting, but you have to start somewhere. So that's kind of just a good way to get going with that. Try to make it so this should be a continuous 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So even when the chord change comes, you don't want there to be a pause there. So if we let me go back to the verse here. So on this, instead of 1, 2, and 3, 4, and you could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get to where you're good with that, you can keep this just coming in on the downbeats, even when you're changing chords. Then you could kick it up a notch and maybe just try doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then you would mix the two together to get it the way that it is on the tabs. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. So if there's anybody out there that's struggling with this, you're new to guitar, and if you're having issues with with strumming or in time or whatever, then just play this with me. BFAM Music World. The song is called Runaway Train by Soul Asylum. And thank you for joining us. I don't believe I've seen you in here before, but I could be wrong. My memory's terrible. All right, so let's just try that. I'm just, so for those of you that you're more advanced or whatever, be oh, well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Everybody started somewhere, and so even if you're more advanced right now and stuff, you had to start somewhere too. So I'm just going to take a minute, and if anybody wants to work with that strum, so let's just try that. So we're going to be 1, 2 and 3, 4, and 1, 2 and 3, 4. So the key is to. Hello, Craig. Welcome back. Hello, Jerry. The sound is fading in and out. Does anybody else experience? Well, for a month or so since I was trying out new gear and stuff. So you're having that same problem, Crit, where the sounds fading in and out. Well, that's a bummer. I don't know why it would be doing that. See if there's any kind of settings or anything here that I can see. Yeah, I don't really see any settings for it. So I apologize for that. There's always got to be some kind of a technical problem because I'm terrible with like computers and whatnot. Well, if it's just occasionally, maybe it's just me because I'm, moving around or whatever. All right. So, does anybody have any questions about what we have gone over thus far? And I don't have to, and or other questions. Like, so this is, every week. This is always, Q&A. So if you have any guitar related questions, you know, lay them on me. Yeah, Paul, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know why it would be doing that. All right. All right. So that basically only leaves one part of the song that we haven't gone over, and that is the chorus. So the song, I haven't heard it in a long time, but I've played it a million times. So let me think. It goes intro, verse, bridge, chorus. Then it goes into another verse, another bridge, a solo, and then the guitar. Yeah, the guitar solo, and then after that, it does I don't know what you would call it. I guess it would actually still be it would be a chorus, but what they do, let's see, let me look on yeah, okay. So after the guitar solo, it goes into another chorus, but this chorus, instead of, they just do whole notes. So got a ticket for a runaway train. Little out of touch, little insane. And then it just goes into another regular chorus again. And then I think it just choruses out. It might even fade out. I cannot remember. It's been a while since I've actually listened to the song. When I picked this one, it was just I kind of segregated some songs that I thought would be good to do, and this was one of the ones. And there, I kind of saved them for when I'm running short on time to be able to get something ready. I had to do had big video projects today, and I barely got to where I could even come on to do this. So yeah. So the chorus is, again, just using these same chords. So we start off with C, then we got two measures, E minor, A minor, G, yeah, and then it does this little, and then it goes right back into another verse. So these are basically all of the parts. Like I said, it goes intro, verse, bridge, chorus, verse, bridge, chorus, guitar solo, and then that kind of the chorus where they just. So what it was at the beginning of each one, you've got, on the chorus, you've got two measures of C and two measures of E minor, two measures of A minor, two measures of G major. So what it's going to do is you just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just carrying out over that same thing. And then it just goes into another chorus again. And that chorus might be a double one, if I remember right. I don't remember if it fades out. there's like a little bit of like a solo over the last part of it as well. But I think they just keep playing that progression for the chorus over and over and over again while that's going on over the top of it. All right. So this song is called Runaway Train. And the band's called Soul Asylum. All right. So does anybody have any questions about any of that? I mean, well, I know we went through it somewhat quickly, but there isn't a whole lot to it. I mean, it's just got what 5 chords in it: the C, E minor, G, A minor, F over C. Yeah, so I guess it's just got 4 chords in it, which is pretty normal for you know, pop music like this. That it's, there's usually 3 or 4 chords. Yeah, it's a good song. Like I said, they're a good band. They had there was a lot of good songs on that album. I'll have to bust that out. I haven't listened to it in a really long time. I still have the CD somewhere. Thank you, Paul. I really appreciate that. I try. Thanks, Jersey. So nobody has any just general guitar questions or whatever? Have I seen the new computerized guitars? I'm not sure what you mean by computerized. I saw one. I don't know if it's in production or whatever. It was at the NAMM show several years ago, but it had like an iPad built into it, and you could use it to do all these different, fancy things. So what does it do? Hello, Brian. What is going on, my man? Just chilling out. Cool. Everybody, Brian here. I've known Brian for like 30 years, I guess. We used to play in a band together back in the early 90s. Could be your amp is too close. I think I missed something. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Jerry. Hello, Freedom. something wrong with me if I don't like AC/DC and Led Zeppelin much? Well, not necessarily something's wrong with you. Butterfly effect. How's it going, man? Are you guys still talking about like the fade in and out thing? Is that still going on? All right, later, Paul. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you're getting a loading screen thing, that's probably on your end with maybe your connection. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, Freedom. Sorry, I'm a little slow sometimes. Okay, I get what you're saying. No, it doesn't mean that you have there's something wrong with you. Oh, thank you, Brian. I've had this thing for I got it in like 92 or 3, I believe. I don't know. I mean, AC/DC isn't for everybody. Zeppelin isn't for everybody. And I like Van Halen and Racer X. I'm a huge Paul Gilbert fan. Greta Van Fleet, Led Zeppelin 2.0, or 3. I guess it would be 3.0. What was that band that they used to always say gave everybody a bad time because they said they sounded like Led Zeppelin back in I think it could have been the 90s, maybe the 80s. Oh, you're welcome, Glenn. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so that's the thing, though, with music is it's just you like what you like. It's all a very personal thing. All right. Well, I would like to. Oh, no worries here. I knew what you meant. It I do the same thing all the time. If it wasn't for spell check, I would be bad. Sometimes that's the problem, though, is it will autocorrect to a different word. But yeah, I would really like to thank everybody who came out tonight. I really appreciate it. This one was fun. So if you like what I'm doing, hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm on here every Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I have 2 or 3 just regular YouTube videos that come out on this channel every week as well. Plus, Silvio's doing all these shorts that are just amazing. Like he's so good, such a good guitar player. El Chat Bro. So tell me a little bit more. What is it that you feel like that you're where you're stuck? What kind of stuff are you playing? What are you interested in playing? What kind of stuff are you working on? Oh, you're welcome, Craig. Thanks for being here. And you are most welcome, Rick. Thank you. Oh, so the I don't remember how to play it. So you're trying to play that. You're working on. Oh, wait a minute. You're not. Sorry, I thought I was like read the name. I thought you were somebody else. Yeah, I don't remember how to play the intro to Battery. It's been a very long time. Remember, that's the. I cannot remember. It's been a very very long time since I tried to play that. But yeah, how long have I been playing? Um, I started playing when I was like 12, and I'm 24 now. So you do the math. No. Yeah, I've been playing for 30 plus years, and I play all different kinds of stuff. I really like to um, I like to play a variety of things. When I was a kid and first starting out, it was just I just wanted to be able to play Motley Crue or Twisted Sister or something. That was like what I really wanted to be able to do. And now it's I like to just try new things and do different genres, different styles and stuff, because they all kind of bleed together. And then you know uh, like the band that I play in a band that it's a metal band. So like if I'm working on like stuff with like country or whatever, it's not like I'm just gonna take that, and just start doing it, in the metal band. But it gives me ideas or like concepts and techniques and things that I can, kind of switch over into it. And that's kind of really how everything in the guitar world is coming now. Everything is really kind of getting blended together, with bands like Polyphia and Dance Gavin Dance and stuff like that. They're mixing all these different genres together and making some like really super dope stuff, I think. Oh, okay. So if you want to, if you've been doing lots of stuff just with the pentatonic scales, um, a really good way to kind of really change everything is to start learning diatonic scales. So a seven, like a major scale, and I recommend that you learn the 3 note per string versions, because that way you can play all the different positions all over the neck, and it just makes it much much easier. So I would I would do that. I would and start with like learn Ionian, learn the major scale, and then oh, good, Jerry. That's good. That's good. Uh, you train of thought just derailed. Oh, so like learn the Ionian pattern first, and get it so you can play it ascending and descending. Make sure that get a good alternate picking exercise, and you work with doing that. And then there's like a whole bunch of videos that I've done on the channel covering this very stuff. We even did a series on the live streams for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, where I went through and I taught all of the all the different positions and everything and stuff. So I go back and check those out. I think that's how you play Simple Man. Yeah. up C, G, A minor, and then A minor 7 at the end. It hits that high G note there on the end of it. Hero of the Day, Metallica. I don't even know what that song is. I kind of stopped listening to Metallica after the Black Album. It just wasn't really my thing anymore. I still listen to the first albums, the first 3 albums a lot. I think Master of Puppets is where they peaked, in my personal opinion. So I'm not even sure what that song is. All right. Well, again, thank you everybody for coming out. I really appreciate it. This is kind of growing a little bit more each week. You've got the 3-note string down for the major and the minor scales from Guitar Grimoire book, and I have done a lot of finger exercises. It seems like I end up stuck in the same patterns and licks a lot. Yeah, so that can happen. You get into a rut where you're just playing the same stuff. So the Guitar Grimoire, you have all of the information you need, with the exception of like a good alternate picking exercise. Go back and check out those things I did, because I did a bunch of different things where you don't want to just play the scale straight up and down. It can get boring. So there's like all different kinds of ways you can break that up. It makes it more interesting to practice, and then it'll kind of help your fingers to not want to just do those same patterns, because believe me, I understand it. I live there myself. Oh, you are welcome, Oscar. Oh, and no worries, Jersey. You're all good. And you are welcome, Butterfly Effect. Thanks for being here. All right. So again, I really appreciate everybody coming out. This is a good one that just kind of keeps getting better every week. And you are welcome, El Chat Bro. I'll be here again tomorrow night too. So yeah, I'll be here again tomorrow night, same bat time, same bat channel. But I really appreciate everybody coming out, and I hope everybody has a good night and all that. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks.